Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Manchester United's 2024-25 identity crisis, where they turn into European football gods on Thursdays and Sunday league bottlers on the weekend. Under Ruben Amorim, United plays the Europa League like it's Avengers Endgame, but shows up to the Premier League like it's a high school drama rehearsal gone wrong. So what's the deal? Are they cursed on English soil? Is Thursday night wine just better than Saturday stress? Let's dive into 5 very scientific reasons why Amorim's United is thriving in Europe, but crying in the Premier League. 1. The Premier League is basically football's Fast and Furious. Amorim said it himself. The Premier League is all gas, no brakes. It's Vin Diesel in boots. Meanwhile, the Europa League is like a leisurely road trip with scenic views and time to sip coffee. Premier League matches hit faster than group chats during transfer deadline day. No time to think. No time to breathe. Meanwhile, in the Europa League, United players are actually allowed to think, "Ah yes, let me pass. Oh, you moved. Cool, I'll dribble instead." And let's not forget, every Premier League team from City to Sheffield plays like they've had 5 cans of Red Bull and a personal vendetta against Manchester United. Amorim's men are out here trying to set up tactical triangles, while Burnley's midfield is performing WWE suplexes and still getting away with it. It's not football. It's Mad Max with shin guards. Manchester United in Europe looks like chess. In England, hungry hippos. In the Premier League, Amorim's tactics are a Tesla in a demolition derby. Smart, sleek, but constantly getting clattered by Luton Town with a sledgehammer. Europa League defenders give you space. Premier League defenders give you PTSD. Lisandro Martinez in Europe's smooth operator. Martinez in the PL. Full-time emergency room volunteer. Amorim built a team to glide. The Premier League forces them to sprint with bricks strapped to their legs. 2. Amorim's 3-4-3. Works great when the other team actually plays football. In Europe, teams try to attack. United sits back, hits them on the break, and suddenly Xerxes looks like prime Zlatan. But in the Premier League, opponents park the bus, throw away the keys, and dare United to be creative. Spoiler, they are not. It's like Amorim designed his entire system, assuming football is a fair contest. How adorable. But in the Premier League, half the teams treat attacking like a rumor and defending like religion. When you're up against teams playing 5-5-0 with 11 defenders standing in their own 6-yard box, even Picasso couldn't paint a goal. Amorim's tactics need open space. Unfortunately, mid-table English teams treat space like it's premium London real estate. Expensive, rare, and absolutely not for sharing. Manchester United trying to break down a low block is like someone trying to open a safe using spaghetti. Europa League teams leave space. Premier League teams give you nothing but trauma. Xerxes in Europe backheels, finesse shots, vibes. Xerxes in the Premier League surrounded by 6 defenders and questioning his life choices. Højlund, the guy's out here praying for space like it's oxygen, but he's getting smothered by Bournemouth defenders playing like it's the Champions League final. When a team defends with 11 behind the ball, United's creativity turns into aimless crossing and sad violin music. 3. United's injury list could fill a Netflix documentary. Some clubs have injuries. Manchester United has a rotation policy with the physio table. Martinez, Shaw, Mainu, Maguire. At this point, Amorim needs to submit team sheets to the hospital before he sends them to UEFA. At this point, United's injury list is so long it should be submitted for a BAFTA. You know it's bad when fans start recognizing the backup left back's backup. Every week, Amorim walks into Carrington like a battlefield medic, clipboard in hand, hope in his eyes and a prayer on his lips. Honestly, the only consistent thing about Manchester United right now is that someone's always holding an ice pack and wincing. United's starting 11 is just whoever survived the weekend. Premier League fixture list: Saturday versus Brentford, Sunday versus Hospital. Europa League nights: everyone's miraculously available. Premier League weekends: it's like Squid Game. By the time they faced Arsenal after the Real Sociedad draw, Amorim was considering starting the kit man at center back. Honestly, Amorim's press conferences sound more like medical briefings. Lisandro has a hamstring, Shaw has a hamstring, I have a headache. 4. Manchester United's attack Premier League edition. Now with 90% miss rate, with just 34 goals all season, United's Premier League attack is charitable, like very charitable. Almost non-profit level generosity. Hojin Xerxes have a combined total of 5 league goals. 5. That's not a strike partnership, that's a punchline. Watching United build an attack in the Premier League is like watching someone assemble IKEA furniture without the manual. Frustrating, confusing, and ending with someone crying in a corner. They'll pass the ball 40 times around the box like it's a sacred ritual, only to cross it into the one area where absolutely no one is standing. It's not even bad finishing anymore, it's performance art at this point. Hojlund in the Premier League is basically ghosting the goalpost like it's an X. Xerxes' shots are so wayward, they've been picked up by local astronomers. Europa League, Xerxes scores from the edge of the box. Premier League, Xerxes forgets where the box is. Hojlund shoots with the confidence of a man trying to open a locked door with a banana. At this point, United's finishing needs a support group and a prayer chain. Only 5 teams have scored fewer goals. One of them doesn't even have a striker. The other 4 play with a fire drill as tactics. 5. Mental fortitude. Selective and seasonal. In the Europa League, United plays like there's a trophy at the end, because there is. In the Premier League, they play like they're just trying to get through it without a panic attack. Amorim inherited a squad with the emotional stability of a toddler on a sugar crash. In Europe, they're motivated. In the league, they're moody. It's like the squad has 2 emotional modes. Europa League gladiators and Premier League panic attack. One moment they're battling bravely in Seville, the next they're collapsing at Crystal Palace like someone unplugged their confidence. You can practically see the fear in their eyes when a bottom half team scores first. It's as if the ghost of Alex Ferguson appears just to shake his head in disappointment and vanish into the mist. Europa League equals hype. Premier League equals anxiety. United has conceded first in 16 out of 24 games. That's not bad luck. That's performance art. Every time they go down 1-0, you can feel the energy shift from "let's fight back" to "okay, who's ordering Uber Eats?" The team's mental strength at home, as sturdy as a Jenga tower in an earthquake. Amorim's trying to fix years of bad habits, and the team responds like a teenager being told to do the dishes. 6. Fans' therapy sessions. United fans are split. Half are chanting Amorim's Red Army to 80s love songs. The other half are filing petitions to replace him with their football manager's save file. One Reddit fan called Amorim's 3-4-3 a tactical IKEA shelf. Looks good in theory, but falls apart under pressure. Another said watching Hojlund play striker is like watching a Labrador try to play piano. He means well, but this ain't it. 7. Final thoughts. Thursday night lights versus Sunday night frights. So there you have it. Amorim's Manchester United Europa League kings, Premier League clowns. Will they fix it before the season ends, or will Thursday night glory be followed by Monday morning memes? Time will tell. Smash that like button if you think United's next striker should be trained by NASA. Subscribe if you believe the medical staff deserve their own Player of the Season award, and drop a comment. Can Amorim actually fix this? Or is it just another long-term project that ends up short-term disappointment? See you next time. Preferably not at Old Trafford.